I think you have identified the key question that we need to tackle. I think that it also depends on what we want the PhD to achieve. If we want to maximize the impact of the PhD research, then I think that using AI, it's at the base of maximizing that impact. Because the speed, the amount of work, and just the knowledge that the PhD student is able to explore is significantly higher. But if we're looking at developing a uh, technical expert on a specific subject that can go and improve just one specific aspect of a very technical field that perhaps is very niche, and but having a PhD student that is specialized enough to do that, then we should be limiting the amount of AI, or to some extent we should use AI that is targeted at assessing and working on that specific problem. For example, my worry, if all PhDs use general AI for all of the research, is that only some specific questions that are very broad and can be tackled by AI will be assessed, and some other project that is more niche and require a technical level of expertise that is not already embedded into the set of skills that AI can do will never be explored. And so we
Yeah.
need to find the balance between maximizing impact and developing those skills that are extremely necessary.
Exactly.
Do you,
Yeah, I agree. I think the thing is, there are tools that we must use now, or else we're going to be left behind. But there are three big problems with AI now that I see with research. Firstly, is the cognitive offloading that we already mentioned. The second one is the fundamental way that AI works is that it's trained on data and text from the internet, from books, from papers, whatever. If your subject is particularly niche or something that's forward pushing and the words literally have not been written yet of what you're trying to study, the AI will not know the answer. It's not magical. It's not actually even intelligent, really. It's more picking up on statistical probability of words which follow other words. So if you rely on it too much, A, you might be railroaded down a path or given just straight up false information in some cases. And B, well, it's almost an entirely different point that you're trusting a corporation's product to give you ideas for research, and that could have biases. And depending on what training data is used, it could have biases also. Um, so you've got bias, you've got insufficient training data, and in some cases, it's impossible for it to get the correct training data. It just isn't possible for it to have enough data to be as good as somebody who's been inside a lab, unless you literally trained it on a GoPro camera on thousands of scientists' heads who experience day-to-day problems in the lab, and it's never seen the words, you know, working on a bench and the PCR mixtures over there. How do I do this and how do I do that? And these words do not exist in papers because people don't write about that kind of thing, you know. It's pretty damn good at giving you protocols and troubleshooting and thinking what might be wrong. But, you know, at the end of the day, a researcher will have way more experience every single time and be way more able to solve those problems. So I think that aspect of kind of, you know, hands-on lab experience, solving those problems is still really, really important. But what we might see there is a divergence between what a job in industry would look like. I'm talking more as like a lab-based scientist here. What a job in industry might look like might be literally being an AI manager. They have robots that can do the bulk of the lab work for you already. They exist. They have AI that can code and make tools for you, analyze data for you. They have AI that can plan experiments. They have AI that can write your write-ups. They have everything, and you are the master of all those things, and you sort of coordinate them. But a job in academia or a research training in academia would look very, very different. You'd be the one doing the practical work. You'd be the one figuring out how to write everything and plan the experiments. So that when you come and maybe do a job in industry or become a PI, you are the one who, you know, knows how to troubleshoot these AI, knows how to fix things when they go wrong, knows how to spot a hallucination. Maybe that's my kind of vision of the future in this moment.